YouTube? It is Terrell of Budget Car Building here, and we are here in the headquarters, aka my garage in my house. And here we have the 2004 Mazda RX-8. Sorry, content has been slow, life happens, but we have the car here, and everything's in a mess. So, just to recap, I picked up this car out in Rome, Texas for $1,000. Already had an LS swapped into it with a 4L60 transmission. It ran and drove. I drove it all the way from Rome, Texas to here at my house. And on the way from there, it had a few issues. Issue being it was running hot. The cooling fans were not coming on. And of course, coolant was bubbling out the reservoir. So since then, I've had some work done to the car. We had the heads off the car, had some head work done to it. We put a cam kit in it, an eBay cam kit, because this is a budget build. The cam kit did not go as planned. There was issue with the valve springs. There was issue with the camshaft. It just wasn't working. So I took all of that out, put back into the engine. Went on Facebook Marketplace, found a stage 4 turbo cam along with the UPR dual valve springs. Sounds really good, and went from there. As part of that eBay kit was an oil pump, and got the car back. It was good, drove it home, and it said no oil pressure the next day. So I think I may have a bad oil pump, so I picked up a new Melling oil pump, high performance, high volume, more volume, higher oil pressure, which for the application we're going to be doing. Well, it turned into a budget build kind of with Facebook Marketplace, and the guy that's helping me put some of this stuff together, he's going to be doing the turbo kit for me, which I just kind of put that out there. There's going to be a turbo. So originally this is going to be a nice little street car with a nice cam in it, nice LS swap that has took a turn for the worse or the better. I'll let you guys decide. So what we have here is a turbo kit also on Marketplace that I picked up for $100. This turbo kit right here, kind of AutoZone fabricated, if you may say. I picked it up for $100. It already has the LS headers for the turbo. And this right here is a 61 millimeter on 3 performance turbo, and it seems good. I mean, for $100, you can't go wrong. So I picked up this whole turbo kit again for $100. So originally this is just going to be a naturally aspirated car, maybe running a little bit of nitrous. Now we have went with a turbo. In addition to this, with building this car that is going to be a street car, we're also going to take it to the drag strip. Right now it's sitting on some 18-inch rims, which eventually I am going to sell. I do not like these style rims. I guess they are okay for whoever had the car before me, but I do not like these rims. And going with some power that we're going to be putting into this thing, putting the turbo on it, hoping to run a little bit between 10 and 15 pounds of boost. With the stage 4 turbo cam, everything should marry with each other. It should flow smoothly. So, did some research. I wanted to put a drag pack on it. 15 inches would not fit on these rear wheels. So, I had to do something that I have not seen done before. Again, this is a unique build. This is a budget build. So, with that being said, being budget, being unique, I picked up these hideous looking wheels. They're 16-inch rims with the same bolt pattern as that's on the Mazda RX-8. I picked these up for, again, $100 for both of them. And I found online some 16 inches drag radials that'll fit perfect on these rims, and that'll look perfect on the car. I'm not sure what kind of traction it's going to put down. I'm not sure if it's going to hook, but hey, again, this is a budget, so I'm going to be cleaning up these wheels. I'm going to be painting these wheels some kind of wild color, and I'll make a video for that because I want this car to pop. I mean, I'm going to keep the color scheme on the car the same. It's still going to be the black on white, or white, on the black. It's still going to be this, but we're going to have some colors popping out from the rims, and also we're going to have some color. I'm going to be putting a wing on this thing, and I may be putting a hood scoop on it, depending on, how that goes. I think a hood scoop will look crazy on this car, so I may be doing stuff like that. Again, I'm just going to do it however I want to do it. There is no right or wrong answer with this car. This is my first car that I'm building for this purpose. My first street car / car I'm going to take to the strip. So I'm going to, so there is no right or wrong answer for this car. We're going to do it exactly how I want to do it, even if it looks crazy to somebody else. This is my own imagination So I'm gonna put what I feel on the car. I'm not gonna let nobody tell me anything. I like the car. I'm gonna do whatever I want to the car. I bought the car. It's my car. So it's gonna look crazy. When it's all said and done, it's gonna look good. Maybe to some of you, maybe not. But hey, again, that's the fun about building a car. You get to do it how you want to do it. So we're gonna take a stroll. I mean, the garage is in a mess. I have been working on my car and my girlfriend's car, her daily driver, which has been breaking every single weekend. So I have been fixing those both. However, I did have some other parts come in for the car. This is a big mess. I've been chasing a noise on my front end on my Nissan Titan, which led me to replace this water pump, which is very corroded, but it's still not the issue. So I'm putting the power steering pump in it, but that's that mess. However, for the turbo, I have this nice wastegate I picked up in a kit. This is a very cheap kit I bought off eBay. Again, with the eBay parts, we're still on the budget. So I read the reviews. It was good reviews for this. So this is a nice wastegate. Let me move some of my tools out of here because I do have tools in here. And then this is also a blow-off valve. Nice cherry red color. Which seems to be pretty good as well, with a whole bunch of other stuff that comes with it. This spring. And again, I'm not too familiar with parts or the turbo parts, but it came with this whole kit. So the guy's gonna install this turbo for me. I've never done it. However, he will, explain to me step by step what he's doing. So when eventually I get the car back, I can do stuff on my own as far as replace the turbo or headers, whatever may be necessary. So actually a good guy. Working with him with the car, we talk a lot about the car and stuff that we can do. So we're on the same page about it. He's excited because he's never done anything like this, and he usually rebuilds motors for like trucks, clapped out trucks, kind of like what's on that poster over there, that 416 stroker that I have on the wall there. So he kind of builds trucks like that. However, it's something new for him, something new for me. Again, this is my first time building a car like this, so I'm happy to see where we can take it and how fast we can make it while still being streetable. And I will drive this car. Don't get me wrong. This is not just going to be a track-only car. I will take this to car shows on the weekend. I will take it to things like Import Face-Off, LS Fest, any events that's near me, Cars and Coffee. I will try to take the car as much as possible on the weekend when I have time. I'm going to enjoy the car. I'm going to drive the car, enjoy it. I'm going to have a blast in it, of course, when I'm applicable to it. And I'm going to race it. It's always been a kind of a dream of mine here recently, watching Drag Week, to do something like that and take the car to Drag Week. And, if I ever get to that point and do something like that. They also have an event near me in Grand Prairie, Texas at the Yellow Belly Racetrack called Small Tire Gangsters. I would like to take the car to that as well and see what it can do. It's going to be a fun car. It's going to be a quick car. We're going to do some things on the inside as well. This is what the inside looks like of the car. It is pretty dirty. I have not even cleaned it since I bought it. So it looks just like stock. I mean, even the factory gauges work like stock, other than these gauges that we have put on. Like I said, this is a budget build. So we got the air fuel ratio gauge. Then we got a voltage meter. Then we're going to be putting the oil pressure gauge because, like I said, the oil pressure dropped to 0. So I'm not sure that's accurate or not, but we're going to be checking that as well. And what you all been waiting for is, what does this engine look like in this car? I mean, how did they fit an LS in this, what used to be a 1.3 liter 2-rotor engine from Mazda? And I love the rotary engines, they're pretty cool, but I mean, when you put a big V8 in this engine, it is just awesome. And it is dark on this side of the garage. I do apologize, I'm putting on a flashlight. And behold, here is this nice LS, and we painted the intake and the valve covers, but here's what it is. So going into this thing, some of the things that we've done, like I said, we put a new cam in it, new springs, new push rod. We got Trunnion upgraded rocker arms. I believe fuel injectors are stock. I didn't mess with the fuel injector, but of course, if I'm going turbo, I'm going to put some bigger fuel injectors, a bigger fuel pump. I got a new water pump in it, of course. Also, when I got it home, it died, so I had to put a new alternator that I got from the parts store. $100 for this alternator down here. Not sure if you guys can see that. It's nice and shiny. This radiator and fan kit came off of eBay for $100 for a Mazda RX-8, upgraded fans, upgraded radiator. So it does not run hot anymore, I can say that, especially replacing the head gaskets and stuff like that. This is also a metal, steel coolant reservoir that I picked up. The other one was plastic. This one just looks cool in the engine bay, so I picked that up as well. But pretty much, they have this thing stuffed in here. There are some things I want to clean up inside this engine bay, but for the most part, this is where everything is. Now, when we talk about space for the turbo, I'm thinking the turbo is going to be placed somewhere right here in this general area. I'm not too sure how it's going to fit in here actually, now looking at it. It looked like more space in my head, but when I actually get to look at it, I'm not sure how we're going to fit this turbo in here, and the piping is going to be pretty crazy. But hopefully we can do it. If we can't do the turbo, then I'm going to go supercharger. It's just going to take more time to find a supercharger in my budget. Whether it be a Pro Charger, whether it be like a CTSV blower I can stick on top. They even have a kit now to where you can put a Hellcat blower on an LS. Crazy enough, they do have that. I could look into that because Hellcat blowers on Marketplace, you can find one for like $500-600. Of course, I'm not sure how they got to Marketplace. However, I'm going to take full advantage of that opportunity. And of course, if I put a Hellcat blower, it's going to stick up really crazy. So I just had to cut a huge hole in the hood and then really figure out that part later on. But some form, some way, this car's going to get some boost. I want some boost for the car. LS's love boost, so we're going to throw some boost at it. And I know many of you thinking, you know, all these mods we're doing to this car, what are we going to do to this transmission in the car? Eventually, I'm going to take out that 4L60 and I'm going to go turbo 400 and have the custom drive shaft built, but that is not in the budget at the moment. However, there is a transmission shop that owes me a favor. So they're going to rebuild the whole entire transmission. They're going to put a shift kit in it. We're going to have I believe a 3500 or 3600 stall converter, which is more than enough in the transmission as well. Rebuilt with that shift kit. They're going to make it as strong as possible to hold as much power as it will before it breaks. Eventually it will break. Like I said, I'm going to find a cheap turbo 400. I'm going to get that built and I'm going to put a drive shaft in it, and then we're going to go from there because yeah, those 4L60s I heard are 4L slippies. So eventually it will break. But like I said, part of the budget is basically being rebuilt for free. So we're going to take full advantage of that and what they're offering for me. And we're going to get that rebuilt, and it's going to probably be strong. I'm not sure how strong or how much horsepower it's going to hold up. I'm not sure how much horsepower the car is going to make when it's all said and done. But hey, hopefully it's quick, right? Okay. And this is just the rest of the mess in my garage. This is my little tool section. So the garage needs to be cleaned up. I haven't had time to do so. Like I've been fighting issues on the daily drivers, getting those fixed. But yeah, that's pretty much the update of what I have. And to show you that oil pump, it's right up here on top of these boxes. Well, this is the oil pressure gauge, of course. I want to see what the oil pressure is actually like because it was hooked into the factory dash. Whoever did the swap, they did an okay job, but some things are not how they should be. So that's why I'm having these external gauges put in the car so I can see what it's actually doing at all times. So I picked up this high performance oil pump, milling, only $100 at the parts store. Really nice, and it comes with these cool stickers, and I love stickers when they come with car parts. So should have plenty of oil pressure now, 10% over the factory pump it says in this oil pump kit. So hopefully I'm looking to have that horsepower as well, but for the most part this is it. So I will be, like I said, swapping out these wheels. I do need to put some brakes on the car. These rotors are warped, so I'm probably not gonna put a brake kit just yet. I'm probably just gonna put on some upgraded rotors. Some much better pads, some ceramic pads. Of course, I need to be able to stop. I'm not sure how fast it's going to go, but that's what we're going to do. Issues I'm having with the car now, the oil pressure issue, and it's leaking gas. Once you put a certain amount of gas in here, that's why I have this gas jug down here. It's just a 5-gallon jug. I put in about probably 3.5 before it started spilling out. I think I found the issue. I think the issue was on these factory RX-8 gas tanks. This was an issue from factory, and it actually has a recall. The car has 4 recalls. I'm not sure if I took it to the dealership that they would fix it, but it does have 4 recalls. This was the issue. This is the fuel locking ring, and as you can see, it's broke in half. So fuel was just spilling out everywhere on top of the gas tank, and it was leaking down. I found a new one, which this is a not easy part to find. This was a very expensive part that I found at AutoZone. The part itself just for this was $136. However, I price matched with Summit and got it for $25. So that's great, right? So I didn't have to pay $136 for that part. So I was able to get that lock ring installed in place. Or you can buy 2 of these. They sell them a kit for 2 on eBay for $65. So I'm probably gonna order some more. But I was talking with the guy, and we think we might just put a fuel cell in the trunk. Why? Because, I mean, race car, right? So we may just put a fuel cell in the trunk, a 10-gallon fuel cell, be done with this factory plastic gas tank, and it'd be really cool going to the gas station. You know, I don't have a regular pump. I'm putting gas in my fuel cell, you know? And it might be easier to work on too and change out the pump. I mean, the pump and stuff isn't hard to get to. You just remove this back seat cover and boom, there it is. But like I said, these factory tanks have a lot of issues. They have recalls on them and they're not easy to come by or cheap. Take out on fuel cells, $80 online. So we may go that route, but we'll just see and go from there. Other than that, this is the car. This is what we have. This is the series. This is really the official first video of the series. Like I said, a lot of things happened in the last few months and I wasn't able to record. So I do have a few YouTube shorts that you guys can check out. I'm working on other cars. But as far as this is really the first video. I wanted this to be a kind of a good video, but instead of just waiting, I went ahead and recorded this for you guys to see. Anybody interested to follow this series along and hoping, you know, this becomes popular. People may like it, people may like this content. So I just figured, hey, why not just record today? You know, it was running through my mind today. So this is the car. Be on the lookout for this car. I'm gonna try to upload as much as possible when I do have content coming out. Other than that, if you see this video, if you stayed this long to the end of the video, I would really appreciate a like, any kind of comment, any kind of feedback. What kind of project car do you have? What are you working on? What are you into? Connect with you guys and subscribe if you would like to. That'll go very much appreciated. But that is it. I am Terrell. This is Budget Car Building. This is my first project car of the YouTube channel. LS swap, Mazda RX-8 on a budget. And after it's all said and done and built, I will put everything, you know, a cost video, how much everything costs. And we're gonna stay under budget as much as we can. I've been doing real good about selling old parts and getting money and things of that nature. So all the old parts off the car are already sold. Somebody came and picked them up, they wanted it. So and we're looking to sell these rims too as well. If you're interested, if you like these rims and you like them, let me know. And if you're in the Texas area, DFW area, we can make a deal. But that's it. You guys have a great day, night, wherever time. If it's 3 a.m. you're watching this video that just popped up on your feed randomly, I appreciate you. That's it. Out. You guys have